Morning everyone, this is Mohammad Nawaz. In today's video, we are going to see about the lecture 3 of unit 3, in which we'll cover some topics like order by keywords, group by keywords, nested queries, and null values. So in the last class, we have discussed about the order by keyword, right? So what the order by keyword does, it used to sort the result in an ascending or descending order, right? We have seen yesterday, we have seen with some of the examples too, right? And we have implemented those examples with the help of an MySQL, right? So we'll proceed to the next keyword, that was group by. What the group by does, this will groups the statements into a summary rows, right? And that too, which is having a same values, that's from the same domain, I can say. If for the example, if there is a requirement like I need to group the employees based on their department number. So if some employees are working in some IT department, so for those set of employees, the department number will be same, right? As they are working in the IT department. If some employees are working in accounts department, they will have some another IT department number, right? So now I want to group these employees based on their department number. So it is not possible just by using your select statements with the help of where conditions. So the group Y has came into existence. In that we can summary the rows, means we can group the rows which is having same values, like a department number is same if they are working in some IT department. So those all employees can have a same department number. So we can group those employee with the department number. So as well as these group wise statement is going to work with aggregate functions also. We have discussed already about these aggregate functions in the last class, right? So the aggregate functions are like count, max, min, sum, and average, right? With the help of these, also this group Y is going to function. Why? Because we cannot implement these aggregate function with the where condition. That's why in SQL, there a group by, an order by, and having clause has came into existence so that we can use these aggregate functions. So the syntax for this group Y, you can see on your screen with the, yes, again, we are writing this group Y or order Y or having clause within a select statement only. Whatever the operators are described in an SQL are going to use with the help of select statements only. So you can see on your screen, I have given, here it has given as a syntax as select column names from the table where condition along with group Y, we are going to group with the help of their columns, and we are giving some order by, means if we need to perform some ordering, like we are going to order in descending or ascending order, so we can use a order by also, or else you can just use group Y also, it's fine enough. Okay, now let us understand it by some examples. So I am here, I'm having one table of, that is of customer table, means I'm selling some brand, or for that I'm having some customer, I'm maintaining some customer table. So I'm having my business in various countries. So I'm mentioning a country also in my customer table. So from that, what I am selecting how many customers are there from particular countries. So to get that information, as a result, I am supposed to use a group Y keyword. So I have using here is select count customer ID and a country column from the customer table, and how I'm grouping based on their countries. So how many employees belong to a particular country, I am grouping that. So you can see in the second example also, I'm grouping by country, and also I am order by in descending order, means how many more employees are there in which country, I am making those country to appear first. So I am giving it as a descending order here. So now better we'll understand it by using some examples here to get the count of employees in each department. Just now I have given an example, said about an example. So we'll see by implementing this from our employee table. I'm already created some table in my workbench. So this is my SQL workbench. You can see on your screen, in which I am first to showing you what's there in my table. So this is my table. Employee 3 is my table here, which is already created. So you can see on your screen. Okay. So this is the table in which you're having a employee details as employee number, employee name, address, job, salary, department number, and company which they belong. Okay. So here I'm saying select department and count of department and name that column as number of employees. I am renaming them, and from that employee and group by department I am giving. So I am giving as a group by. You can see now. So we'll write that query here. What I am saying, select department number, comma, and I am grouping with the help of count of department number. So I am writing it as department number. From which table? Our table is from employee 3. Okay. And what I am doing is I am grouping this with the help of department number. So group by department number. Okay. Select this query and run it. So you can see on your screen when I have executed this query. So what I am doing here, selecting a department number. So department number is going to be displayed and count of department number from employee 3 and grouping by department number. So what I am saying, how many departments are there for those departments. First, let me execute this all 3, then you'll get the understanding better. So you can see here on the main table, okay, we are having numbers as 10 and 20. We are having 2 departments, right? So in the department number 10, you can see only 2 employees are there, that is Abhi and Hera. And for the 20th department number 20, we are having some 6 employees. So when I'm executing this query, I'm getting the counting of number of employees in each department as in number 10 is 2, it's number 20, it's 6. And now here, I have not mentioned an alias name. If I mention a alias name as, I'm saying, write it as number of employee. If I'm giving it as number of employee, if I'm not mentioning any alias name, what is taking it as count of department number. If I'm giving alias name, what will happen? See, number of employee comes now. So this is how you can rename. Okay. Now let us see some more example. Now I'm saying I'm interested to find a number of employees in only a particular department. So what I am supposed to do, I can give some condition here where department number is equal to 20 and group it by department number. I am saying, so what I am saying, select a department number, count of department, and name it as number of employee from employee 3 and select for only department number 10 I am giving now. So only particular department number is going to be displayed. This is how your group by function is going to function. Now what's the if suppose if you are interested in finding the highest salary, means to which employee you are giving a highest salary. So this is the salary column. You can see some salaries are there, right? Okay. So for those for which employee you are giving a highest salary, how you can find with the help of where condition? Can you find? No, it is not possible. Why? Max of salary, that is an aggregate function which doesn't work with the where conditions. That's why we are supposed to use a group Y function. So how we can use that in here? I can use it as select. So I am again I am writing a max salary with the department wise. So department number and max of salary. Okay, max of salary from which table? Again, we are having a here table of employee, that is employee 3. Okay, now what I am doing, I am grouping by department. So group by department number. Okay, so what I am saying, I need to get a maximum salary for each department number. What is the maximum salary I am giving? I need to check that. So for that, I'm writing here query. So I'm executing it. So you can see for only we are having 2 departments now. So for department number 10, we are giving the max salary is 50,000. For department number 2, that is we are giving it as 50,000. So let us check whether it is correct or not in the table. Yes, in the department number 10, only 2 employees. So for one, this was 45, 50. Yes, it is correct. Again, for 20, we are the highest salary, we are paying it as 55. Right. So this is how you use a group Y function. If suppose you want to show the highest salary you are giving by job wise. Just now I have given the department wise. Now, if I want to select as a job wise, means for whom I am giving, he is a manager or assistant manager for whom I am giving, I need to select. So I have to give it as not department number. Now I am grouping it by job wise. So if I run this query here, now you can see on your screen, you got it as okay, job wise. So how many job profiles we are having in our, that is manager is there, assistant manager is there, HR is there, testing is there, development is there. If we are having 2 managers, but it will show you only a manager which is getting a highest salary. So how many does we have 2 managers in our table? Yes, there are. One is Hera and one is Andrew, right? So for Hera, it was just 50,000. For Andrew, it was 55,000. So the which manager is showing now when we execute a query with the help of a group Y? It is showing as manager 55, right? So it is going to give you the max salary. Okay, this is how we are going to use a group Y function. Next, let us see. These are the queries just now we have executed on our workbench, SQL workbench. Next here, having clause. What do you mean by having clause? So why it has been added? Because we cannot use the aggregate function with the help of where condition. That's why we are using a having clause also, like we did for a group Y. So the syntax will be same for this group Y, order Y, and having clause. Inside a select with the help of a select statements only, you're going to execute this group Y and order by also. Select, again we are going to produce some column names and from the table names, right, where condition and group Y condition, on which columns we are going to perform a group, and order by on which column we are need to do the ascending or descending order, and which condition you are giving. Condition can be here and some operators can also come into exist. How? We'll see with some examples here. Okay, so you're having one example mentioned here, general example. What I am selecting, count of customer IDs based on the countries from the customer table and grouping by some countries. Means if I am having some 5 countries like India, Brazil, China or something, so based on their company names, I'm grouping the customer IDs now. And what I am saying, ki whoever having a count of customer ID greater than 5 only display those countries. If suppose India is having some 10 customers, so India going to be displayed. If Brazil having less than 5, that is 4, so it's not going to be displayed. Whichever the country is having more than 5 customer IDs, those are going to be displayed. Now we'll see some more examples here. From our employee table, I have given a query like select a department and account of department number where we are having a department number equal to 10. Just now we have used this query with a where condition also, right? But how do you give it with the help of having condition, having clause? We'll see now. Yeah, right. We have seen where condition department number equal to 10. Okay, I am removing this, and what I am doing, I am giving a condition like having department number equal to 10. Okay, what I have mentioned here, having okay. So let us execute this. So what I have done, I have given the having clause on the department number as 10. So he'll take only the 10 and group those number of employees and is giving returning how many employees are there. Number of employees as 2. If I mention 20, it is going to give me a 6, right? As we are having 6 employees there, right? So number of employees we are getting as 6. This is how your having clause is going to function. If I am giving a condition here, the count of department number, like I'm using aggregate function here, right? Aggregate function, that is count. So I'm saying based on the count, if my count of department number is somewhat greater than 5, I am saying, right? If it is number of employees is having more than 5, then only get those department. So what it will get? Obviously it will get 20. Why? Because 20 is having 6 number of employees and 10 department number is having only 2 employees, so it's not getting 10. If I remove this 5 and I've given only 1 here, right? Suppose I'm mentioning only 1 employee here, so it should get me a number, department number 10 also. See, it's given, right? 10 is having number of employees to 20. This is how we are going to deal with having clause, group by and order by. Okay, hope you have understood it. Next topic we are going to see is a nested query. Nested query. What do you mean by a nested query? What do you mean by nested query? A nested query means that we are having a query embedded in another query. Means query inside another query. Means select statement, writing a select statement within another select statement. How we'll see. So the query which is written inside of another select statement, that query is going to call as a sub query. So we'll have a 2 select statements here. One select statement that is a outer query, and we are writing one more select statement that is a inside, that is called as inner query. So these queries are going to appear with the help of where clause or sometimes from clause also or having clause also. So the subquery can be a single. If we implement this nested query or subqueries, the answer we'll get might be a single row or it can be a multi-row. If how we'll get a single row if we are working, if we are implementing this select statement with the help of eq symbol. If we are using a eq symbol in between these two select statements, then the resultant we'll get is only a single row subquery. And if we are having if we are getting if we want using some operators like in, not in, any, some, all operators, then we'll get some multi rows. Okay, how we'll see. First, let us see here syntax. You can see on your screen a select a column list. That means the column names you can give there, from which table you're supposed to take, and some where condition and operator here has mentioned. So on that operator, you are going to use this eq symbol or either of these four operators, that is in, not in, any, some, all operators. How they are going to function, we'll see one by one. And again, we are having here one more query inside that, that is a inner query we are going to call. So first, which query is going to be executed here? Inner query. Then that result is going to be taken with the outer query, and our result is going to be function. So first of all, let us see a in operator. What the in operator does? In operator allow you to specify multiple values in a where clause. Means if we are having a multi ranges values, in that if you need to select some values, we are going to use a in operator. So the in operator is a shorthand for our conditions. Means if we are this, for example, I am saying, okay, get the number of employees from the department of sales or some IT department I am saying. So what it will do, it will get the all the employees who belong to sales also, and all the employees which is belonging to IT also. In that case, we are going to use a in operator. So the syntax here is given it as select the column names from the table where column names, and inside here in the place of operator I am writing in. So it is a single select statement. So I am just using a values here, not a nested query. So for just for understanding of in operator, I am using first only one select statement for better understanding. So what I am doing in first example, I am selecting some customers, right? Some customers where country is in Germany, France, or UK. If these three countries they belong, then only we are selecting those customer. If and not in also, if we are selecting the customer who's not from these three countries, they have to from the rest of the countries. So we can use a not in operator. Like now nested query example. What I am doing, selecting a customers in from the country table, from the customer table, where I am checking for the column country. In that, I am giving a nested inner query that select country from suppliers, means from another table who is supplying, the country which is supplying. I am choosing those countries only. So the list of the countries was going to be displayed here in this select statement. First, from this countries list, the country column is going to select some values, range of values, and based on the range of values, it's going to select all the details from the customer table. This is how your nested query is going to be executed. Now, some more operators we have mentioned, right? Any and all operators also. What are those? We'll see now. We'll see now. Any and all operators also is going to perform the same operations like in. So they are also selecting a column value. They are also selecting a column value. So the what how they want, so the any operators returns a boolean value, means it will going to return a true value, that is either true or false. If that subquery is going to meet that condition, it's going to return true. If it not going to meet that condition, definitely it's going to return a false. This is the syntax for that one. You can see on your screen. For all operators, like same select statement where condition and operator, I'm mentioning it as all now with a subquery. Now let us see some two or three examples. Here. So what I'm saying, to get the detail of employee with the highest salary. So is it possible to get a highest salary by writing a just select statement? If I write select of max salary from employee 3, Can I get the result? No, you can't get. You can't execute the aggregate function simply with the where condition. You are supposed to use nested query or some group by functions. So let us execute this query in our SQL workbench. Okay. So what I am saying, select asterisk from my table was what? Employee 3. Okay. Where salary is equal to. Now I am what I am giving equal. Equal means what? It's going to give me only a single row. So how we will see what I am doing? Select max of sal, that is max of salary. Okay, from which table? From the same table I am getting. Okay, from employee 3. So what I am doing, I am writing a nested query for a single table here. So what I am doing, select all the details of that employee who's having a highest salary. So this is how we'll execute this. So only 55,000 was the highest salary, right? We have seen the previous now. So now I am displaying all the details of that person now. So to display that, I need to write a nested query. And as I'm mentioning equi symbol here, so I am getting only a single row, right? This is how your nested query is going to be function. Now let us see some more examples for clear understanding purpose. Now, if I'm having a two tables, here I can see, I can show you some tables are there. Select string from my student one. I'm having one student one table. Okay. As well as I am having one select string from course table also I'm having. I'll show you that. I'm executing these two statement here. Okay. So I'm having two tables. That is one student table you can see on your screen that is having a descriptions of the student as well as a course. Now, my aim is what here? To get the details of the student who is going for a Java course. So what I need to do generally, I need to select the details from the first table as well as from the second table. But whether it is possible by using a single statement, single selection, no, it's not. So that's why we are using a nested query, and I am writing a query here as select all from your which table? Student table. So I'm writing it student one, student one, and I need to select student ID, right? So where student ID is in which table? That is from second table I am selecting. So what I am doing? Select, okay, student ID. I am selecting from the second table. No? You can see second ID where, okay, from second, select student from second table. What was your second table? That is course. Okay, course table, and I'm giving what, where my course has to be Java. I'm saying course is equal to Java. I'm mentioning. Okay, so whoever taking the Java, I need to get that result. So what I'm doing, I'm binding two tables with the help of nested query. So I'm selecting the student details from the first table with the help of the second table by taking the ID from the course table here. So this is how your nested query is going to be worked out. See here, right? So who is taking? So we'll execute 3 of this and then you will get to clear understanding of this. I'm